Hello everyone. So I'd like you to watch this little clip. It's a famous video though, but there are some things that came to mind when I watched it. So just watch it and we'll get back to the conversation.
You there, second desk, blue jacket. What is your name?
My name is Alexis.
Alexis, please leave my lecture room. I don't want to see you at one of my lectures ever again.
I don't understand.
I am not going to ask a second time. Thank you. Why are there laws? What are laws for? Anyone?
Social order?
To protect a person's personal rights.
So that you can rely on the government?
Justice? Thank you. Tell me, was I unfair to your classmate just now? Indeed I was. So, why didn't any of you protest?
Yeah, so firstly, this actually happened to me really. Is that in the correct well, the right sentence? But yeah, this actually really happened to me. Back in high school, a teacher actually just called me out in a class and literally told me to leave. But the background story is she sees a textbook of mine because it was an old volume, a chemistry volume, and that didn't make sense because that book belonged to my father. Even though it was old, I still had it with me, and she said get a new volume, and she took it, like literally. She didn't just tell me not to bring it, she sees the book, so I had to tell my parents, and they had to actually get her to return it. So in the classroom, she just always kept pushing me out until I just had to go to reconcile, which I was a child and she was the adult, but I literally had to go and reconcile. My parents just told I just reconcile with her. They don't want her drama. So that was a real thing and it was odd. But this video reminded me of that. Just the importance of knowing how to identify yourself and just don't take your position of authority to abuse others. That's something I learned because I was just a high school student that felt it was unfair and I had to be in class. I was a serious student. So yeah, just some memories. And then the other memory was me standing up to at least to defend some people that were helpless. Like this was somewhere in Michigan. As I mentioned before, I'm based in Michigan. I did notice some boys. I don't usually record videos of what's happening, like the way people record things every time outside, no matter the accident. But this day, somewhere in Michigan with my wife, I saw an altercations happening in the park, and I actually had to record it because it was this lady drove her truck. She hit some boys, their bumpers, and she kept on driving. The guys, about three of them, tried to stop her car, but no, she actually evaded them and drove off. And I recorded all this. I never knew that recording would be very helpful. Later in like few minutes, 5-10 minutes, police arrived, and from a distance, looking at what was happening at the garage of my apartment complex, I saw the police handcuffing the boys. And I knew, no, that was wrong. They looked like teenagers. So I actually went downstairs and I showed the police the video recording. And they looked at it and said, oh, so the lady actually was at fault. I was wondering what the boys were telling them and why they were not even listening. It was just a sad situation. But I knew that something was not right. So they did mention they were able to intercept the lady with the truck on the highway. So that was good to know. And then I went up back to my house. And in like 3 minutes, another officer came to my building. He didn't know my apartment, so just shouting, "Who did the recording? Come down, please. We need to see it again." Just shouting, and I just, with a good conscience, came down again, showed the recording, and they tried to make sure all of them, about 3 of them, looked at it well to understand what was happening. And yep, they finally understood the boys were innocent. Like I said, I didn't know why the boys were even put on a handcuff in the first place. But they uncuffed them. And then the odd question came, do I have an identity card? So I said, okay, I have a recording and I am living with my wife upstairs. I just came to help in the situation. And I don't have my card, of course. I just came downstairs to help. So that was just one of these awkward things that I won't want to go too much into details of. But what was important to me is going back to my wife in her apartment and seeing the boys free. And the boys just had to find a way to tie what the truck kind of broke out, and they drove. So I was just happy that an injustice was prevented. So I think it's good to always remember, if you have information on what's happening and you know the truth, just defend. You start in small ways, help situations that you understand what's happening, and your silence won't lead to more evil. Always come out and help, because many good people, your voices are needed. Good people, especially when you know you have the full facts, not partial facts, but full facts of the situation, it's good to always speak. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.